Welcome to Sipping on Excellence. This is Coach KJ, and I'm here with my man, my dude, the Doc.
And this is where we will be discussing the exceptional that is absolutely attainable. My friends, here's to living that extraordinary life.
Cheers.
All right. Let's get this party started up in here.
That we
Let
should.
me settle in and get comfortable.
It's
all right.
Checking everything.
We got our Java. We are, I think we good. We went from sipping on excellence to sipping on excellence with coffee.
At night.
This is what happens when y'all get us at night.
Trying to keep it awake, keep it alive, keep it busy, keep it moving.
Right.
How you doing, Doc?
Man.
I am Coach KJ, and that is the Doc.
Welcome back to another episode of Sipping on Excellence, where we bring it to you real and raw, just unedited, unfiltered.
It's all in our heart.
Every week.
Pouring out.
That's what we do.
It's what I'm feeling. It's what I'm saying. This is what it's going to be. You'll get over it.
Yeah.
Or get into it.
Somebody asked me the other day where we get our topics and how do we decide?
You said you?
The fact that you asked that, you have now become content.
Right.
Though I can't tell you how many people say, man, don't make me content. Too late.
Too late, sucker.
We 130 some episodes in. Go listen to one of them because you're probably content.
Right.
Where do we get it? Life, man. The funny thing is we come up with ideas and we just talk about them.
I know.
I
know. Like I was reading a book.
Today, the topic for today came up with 10 minutes before I get home.
Right.
So these are conversations that we all have that we should be having. And the fact that we can talk about it to each other and talk about it to you guys, hopefully will spark conversations between you and your people.
I hope.
Shit. If it sparks a conversation with one person to another,
yeah,
we've done our job.
Yeah. People are not talking to each other, man. They're not. They're talking at each other.
But here's the funny thing. They'll listen to fake news, political bullshit on social media and take it as real, but won't talk to each other about the shit they need to talk about.
Right.
We were watching something earlier tonight that said, people under the age of 30, 40% of them get their information off social media, get their news off social media.
Yeah.
And I wonder how many of them get that news and actually have conversations with people who know.
Right. Or take that information and say, let me investigate. This. Yeah. No level of critical thinking.
No, none whatsoever.
You're given your opinion as opposed to forming your own opinion. Form your own opinion. What we give you is information that we've had over experience, and we hope that you'll form an opinion or investigate it and then form your own opinion about it.
Yeah.
Look into it. And, or start having conversations. Start having those conversations with people that might not believe in what you believe in.
Yeah. Here's a conversation that everybody is afraid to have, especially in this country. And it came up yesterday when I was talking to somebody. Let's talk about fat people.
Mm-hmm. How you can't say that anymore?
Yeah, but not only that, I was online because you had mentioned something about how many people are obese in this country when we were out working out the other night. And you said something, and I was like, was he right about that? I forget what you said.
You literally was on the news right before I left the house.
And so I was like, I was Googling and I was looking, and if you take overweight and obese people in this country, 75%.
It's a large number, my friend.
So that's everybody with a BMI over 30.
That's right. Adult.
Total population.
Okay. Oh, it said total population? Oh, okay. Because what I saw, it said adult.
And then if you wean it down to obese, which is anybody with a BMI BMI over 30 is obese. 25 to 30 is considered overweight. 21 to 25 is considered normal. Anything 18 to 25, anything under 18 is whatever. Then you look at it around the world. Mm-hmm. We're number 10. Guess what the top 9 are? The top 9? Samoa, Tonga, American Samoa, sort of all the South Pacific islands, and then the U.S. So then I was like, well, let me look and see what our neighbors are. Mexico is just like us.
Okay.
Canada is half of us.
I believe that.
Japan, what would you say obesity in Japan is?
Probably less than 10%.
20.
Okay, that's fair enough.
20%. Overweight, 20%. We're 75. Make that make sense.
I can't.
But yet you can't talk about it.
You don't call me. I'm not calling you.
And then you got people who are taking all of these medications for weight loss now, and it's creating other problems, meaning the people who should be taking them, whose weight is life-threatening or can't exercise the way they need to, whatever, can't eat right, they're diabetics, all that kind of stuff, that makes sense. You're 10 pounds overweight and you just want to get your summer body, so you go on Ozempic, and sorry, you're fucking lazy. You don't want to change your diet, you don't want to exercise, but guess what happens when you come off of it? Nobody tells you this. You rebound right back to where you are, because all it does,
or beyond,
all it does is slow down your stomach's emptying, so you feel full longer.
Mm-hmm. And you know, the sad part is, the idea is, even if you start and you want to lose 20 pounds, you still never develop the habits to maintain where you are. You never develop the habits. The I'm going to eat these many meals a day. I'm going to go exercise this. You don't do any of that. You're just living off of this, the bare minimum.
And ask us this.
Drives me crazy.
Ask us this. Why are people trying to do it in the first place? What are you looking for? You're looking for a random stranger to fucking like you. Mm-hmm. You're looking for 1,000 random strangers to like you. Mm-hmm. Oh, if I look a certain way, I'm going to get so many more likes with this bikini pic or this shirt off pic at the gym, as a dude. And here's the funny part. That means nothing compared to the person you're with saying, you look great. Here's the funny shit. Most of these people think the little red heart on social media click carries way more weight than their partner saying, you look phenomenal, honey. Why is that?
I am not going to even try to make that make sense.
Well, that's why we're here, because we're going to peel back the layers tonight. Why is it that we seek out 1 million likes rather than the one love?
And that one love will validate you more than anything else. That like is just a temporary slap on the back, keep it moving.
It's that little dopamine hit. Mm-hmm. But you know why? Because it doesn't take much effort to get somebody to click on your picture from across the way. Having somebody love you and really stay in love with you requires a little work. Mm-hmm. Requires you to work on yourself and requires you to work on them. Requires you to give more than you receive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That sounds like work. And nobody wants to work.
Requires you to enjoy giving as much as you enjoy receiving, if not more.
Considering that part of what you're doing is to get that like, but you're hoping that you'll find love within that.
Within that like.
Exactly.
Does it ever happen? No.
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 Right? It doesn't happen.
Give me a break.
But yet that's what That's what fools be seeking, man. I mean,
Men and women alike.
yeah, that's why I say fools, because men and women are both fools.
Right.
You know, it's silly. It's almost comical how we seek so much validation from outside sources instead of really focusing on the validation that comes from within and comes from the person that we want it from the most. We don't seek it.
Yeah.
Or think about this. It doesn't, if I'm dating somebody and I say, if you're in love with me, right? Mm-hmm. How I perceive you should carry so much weight over how the general public sees you that it shouldn't matter. It does, but if I say, fuck that noise, I'm cool with you where you are and I really mean it, or if I say, fuck that noise, babe, I want you to be healthy, let's go to the gym. Both of those things should carry a shit ton of weight.
Yes.
How some random person feels about you that you will never meet, don't know, don't care, but yet you would rather listen to that than listen to me?
Goes back to what I think we talked about on one of our lives, and I was mentioning that why is it that you give so much validation and energy and love to people that you work with, even your friends, not the close ones, but just your friends. But the person that you say you love and that's your person, you shit on them.
Yeah.
You didn't do this. You didn't do that. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? You give them grief, but you love them. You say you love them. But that person that just don't matter. You talk to them twice a week in a conference call, and all you said was, how was your weekend? Because that's all they do.
See this all the time. Your boss's opinion means way more to you than your spouse's opinion. Mm-hmm. And the comeback is, well, that's my job. He pays my bills. Well, my job is to protect and provide for you. I'm not your boss, but my opinion should carry way more weight than your boss's opinion. You may be able to find another job. You can't find another me. You lose that job, cool. You figured out. You lose this job, it's gone forever.
Right.
There's no other me. And if that's how I see you, damn it, I really want you to how do you see me? Somebody said once, I can't forget who said it. The worst thing you could ever do is show someone that you love them more than they love you.
Scary.
Because
That's
it
scary.
doesn't, you don't win at all. It's a problem.
How do you live with that?
You don't.
Wow. It's like it's kind of crushing.
Right. You let them know that the love is there, but the problem is you can't ever let them feel that you love them more than they love you, because that will never work. And if you think in your heart that you love them more than they love you, get out, because there should be no limits to that.
Right.
You know, love should be limitless, right? That's why they call it love. Mm-hmm. I didn't say unconditional.
Right.
I just said limitless.
Yeah. It's limitless.
And true love is unconditional.
Yeah, it's
There's you can't put conditions on love, because then that shit ain't love.
It ain't at all.
And we talked about that.
I love you if you did this.
I love you when.
I'm sorry.
All right. And so when people say, well, I'm chasing love, what the fuck are you chasing? What exactly are you chasing? So we see all these clips on social media about if they'll ask a woman, if your man said he wants you to make your social media private or not be on Instagram, if you were in love with him and this was your dude, would you do it? And then they were like, when they hesitate, and they're like, and it's not a source of income for you. If it's your source of income, I get it.
Right.
If this is not your source of income and you're just doing it because you like the likes and all of that stuff, are you willing to shut it down for this dude? Are you willing to go private and no longer public for this dude? The majority of the women they asked this question to were like, no.
Wow.
And then they flip it on the guy. Well, any guy that would ask me to do that is just insecure. See how they flip it? Mm-hmm. They ask dudes the same question. They're like, if your girl wanted you to, if she immediately came to you and said, hey, could you unfollow
Right.
these girls? It just makes me uncomfortable that you're following these women with bikini pics and all that.
Or just get off your,
Or
go to private or whatever.
or just not, I'd appreciate if you didn't respond to these women that are responding to your pics and all this stuff. Done. Cool. I'll unfollow all of them. Because he doesn't care. He's got you.
Yeah.
This goes back to the whole thing of, we talked about it, hypergamy, whereas women are with you unless something better comes along. And the ones who aren't willing to go that far with you tells you immediately they're searching and they're keeping their options open for better. A woman that you ask, hey, I really wish you just put your shit private. If she's not like cool, she for the streets.
I wish I recorded it. I was watching, this is what happens when the TV's on, you fall asleep late at night. Catfish came on.
Okay.
And there was a woman that, she was morbidly obese. She lost all this weight. And she followed this guy that was on some TV show. And she messaged him or whatever. And they kind of had this exchange. But what she found out was that was not the dude. It was somebody else. Of course, it's catfishing, right. But there was a guy from her hometown that's kind of been with her, but he was really digging her. He followed her through her journey. He's there to support her, loves her to death, wants to be with her. But she's like, but I gotta find out what's the deal with this other dude. And we're like, but are you afraid that he's gonna find out? He's gonna find out now. No shit. But you're chasing something that might not even really exist versus the bird in the hand.
Yeah.
That's sad, man.
Chasing the idea of love instead of fostering the love that you have in front of you. Like dude was just saying, man, I like who likes me. You know?
Yeah.
And you hear a lot of people say that, you know, guys and women alike, stop chasing the dream and start learning to like the people that like you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because if your dream is not liking you, you need to change your fucking dream. You know?
Right.
And it's not because you feel you deserve better. You deserve somebody to love you and like you for who you are. And if there's somebody out there that's willing to do that, do it back. Now, if you got multiple people that like you and want to be that person for you, then you choose who best fits you. Attraction, chemistry, right. Compatibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're all chasing that bullshit.
Operative word, chasing.
Yeah.
Chasing.
Instead of just letting that shit happen.
Always seeing the picture for something else than what it is. It's a fucking tree. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a bush. It's a flower. It's not a rose garden with this house. No, it's just a rose. That's it on that painting. Stop painting extra shit. Stop chasing extra shit.
Or, you know, too many people avoid their person because of FOMO, you know? Mm-hmm. And what are you afraid you're going to miss out on? Like what? At what point do you say, okay, shit, all right, now I'm ready. I like you, you like me back. Well, I used to like you. I like somebody else now.
Right.
I don't know what to tell you. Or you've gone out there, like they say, man and a woman break up. He leaves. If he comes back, it's because he realized how much he missed her and who she is. If she leaves and comes back, it's because she didn't find better, so she comes back. Mm-hmm. Different.
Yeah. I have a friend that very thing happened to him. And I think the sad part is he didn't acknowledge it. He ended up marrying it. And then they both acted up within that marriage because it wasn't genuine. They weren't connected.
Yeah.
They were forcing the connection because she's a good girl. Yeah, is she? You know,
Are you really?
And now you're not being a good dude.
Right.
Because you're doing stupid shit. Get it together.
I always wonder, like, what are people chasing? Like, what are you looking for? Like, what are you really looking for? None of that generic shit. Ask yourself, what do I really want?
Nobody can answer that question.
Yeah, nobody can.
How many times have you asked someone, so what do you want? It's like a bus backing up. They can't get to the point.
No, they don't know what. When you ask, like how somebody said on the live the other day, how do you love a man?
Yeah.
You know, go listen to the live, you guys. It's still up on the IG. But if you don't understand that answer, I'm gonna tell you. And this goes for men and women alike. You want to learn how to love somebody? Learn how to love yourself first. Figure out how to love yourself.
Absolutely.
Because if you understand how to love yourself and you understand what love is to you, then what you will do is present your true self to that person, and that person will either love you or not.
Right.
You don't have to learn how to love them. What you really have to do is learn how to love yourself. They will learn how to love you based on how you love yourself. And in turn, if they're presenting you in the same fashion as a healed person who loves themselves, you'll understand how to love them, and how you love them will change based on how your relationship progresses.
Right. Because a person that loves themselves will present who they really are. They will let you know, this is how I need to be loved. They'll
show you. They won't tell you. They'll just show you.
Yeah.
And it'll change from I have love for that person to I love that person. Because you can have love for a lot of people.
Right.
But to say I love that person comes with self-love first. Call it selfish love, yes. Love is very selfish. It has to be. People say love is selfless. Nah, it's got to be selfish because you got to love yourself first.
Yeah. But I think the selfishness behind it will allow you to become selfless.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's an open field now. I'm good. I'm good with me. You good with you? If you're not good with you, then you need to work on you. Because I can't do anything for that.
Because I can't give you all of me until I understand all of me.
Right.
Once I love all of me, then I can open it up to you. Because loving all of me means I'm healed. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you're not ready to go, but just make sure the people you're with understand that.
But it's funny because I think that the chasers, the ones that you need to give me this or you need to do that, they don't have understanding of self, so they put that on the other person, hoping that they're able to gain and receive what they think they may want, but they still haven't identified what it is they truly want.
Yeah.
So that narrative will always change. It's just nothing solid.
Well, and
it doesn't look good on paper.
These people that are chasing the likes, they're chasing all this. What they're really chasing is they're hoping that random strangers or people in their outer orbit keep putting Band-Aids on their wounds that are leaking around the wounds.
Right.
Oh, let's put another Band-Aid on it. Oh, like button, Band-Aid. You know? That's just not healing anything. That's just making you feel good for the moment. But then at the end of the day, you still, no matter how many times somebody hits that like button, you still got to stand in the mirror and say, well, shit, do I like myself as much as the people who are liking me?
Yeah.
And can you like yourself when you know I'm showing a fake version of myself that people are liking?
Yeah, that ain't pretty.
No. You know?
No.
That's the whole, like I said, that's that whole concept about the 3 faces tattoo.
Right.
You know, what you show the world, what you show your friends, and what you show yourself. 3 different faces. You know, can you look at the face that you see in the mirror every day and be like, I love everything about this person? Nobody can do that shit.
No. I literally had a conversation with someone the other day about that. It's like, can you literally just strip it down in front of the mirror? You know, I'm all right. I'm all right with me. I know I have things to work on, but I'm okay with me right now.
Here's the funny shit. Everybody hearing this will be like, well, what if I look in the mirror and I think I look fat, but then you're missing the whole point.
Right.
When he's saying strip naked, physically, emotionally, spiritually, get naked and look at every aspect of yourself. I'm not talking about do you like what you see in the mirror? That's the shit you can change.
Right.
You know? That's that shit that a gym, some plastic surgery, and some good food will change. I ain't talking about that shit.
Like that guy had those ladies come up, was talking about getting on the scale.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, a man can't change his height. You can change your weight. No, you can't. Like, yeah, you can.
It's
And of course, he became the asshole.
Oh, because he's an asshole for asking when it's all about how people judge. You want people to judge you, and that's why you're on social media.
Right.
But you get bent out of shape when they don't judge you favorably.
Correct.
So you're chasing the likes, but don't want to accept the dislikes that come with it. Mm-hmm. So don't chase the likes, you know, don't chase.
Don't chase it all, period. You know, if social media is your thing and you're putting out information, you put out what you love about you. That's it.
And we all like
your
to
feelings.
be liked.
And at the end of the day, it is still called social media for a reason. Social engagement, putting out information about you, not this falsehood, not this idea that you want them to believe about you. Put out you. That's all people are looking for.
We just said earlier, people don't want to put out the true version of themselves because they don't even want to look at the true version of themselves.
Right.
I don't like myself, so why would I show myself to the world? I'm going to show the person I would love to be to the rest of the world.
And hopefully I'll catch up to that.
Instead of saying I'm just going to become that person and then I'll show it to the world.
Yeah. That's why I like people that do the transformation in real time.
Yeah.
On social media, because it's like, this is who they are.
They're showing their journey.
Yeah.
I love those journey pages.
Yeah.
You know, because you're like, all right. And their fitness journey, their mental health journey, their, you know, whatever it may be, their journey in school. This is where I started out as a student. I'm doing this and I'm doing this. I'm growing my business, watching my business grow and fail. Whatever it is, I like that.
Oh, those are my favorites.
Because you're seeing it real and raw.
Real time.
I'm showing you my failures as well as my successes. Mm-hmm. You know, people always ask me, what you do every day, does it always work? No, it's healthcare. That shit, nobody's perfect. That shit doesn't always work. There's a whole lot of shit I can't control. Patients ask me, well, has anyone ever gotten worse after surgery? Sure. Why? No clue. There's a million reasons why. It's rare, but it still happens.
Yeah.
And you accept those risks, and the patients accept those risks once you lay it out for them. Life is the same way. Shit ain't always going to go great, but with choices you make, you accept certain risks with those choices. Mm-hmm. If I chase this person and they don't like me, am I going to accept the risk of them not liking me and the heartbreak that follows? Because you may not realize they don't like you for real until they've gotten what they want from you. Mm-hmm. Whether it's you being that place of comfort while they're healing from some other shit, whether you're a rebound, whether they're using you for money, right, whether they're using you for sex, whatever it may be, they get you wrapped up. And then when they're done, they're like, all right, I'm out. Yeah. And you put your whole self into it. Maybe you shouldn't put your whole self into it until you know they have their whole self in. And the real answer is, this is going to sound kind of shitty. You want to protect yourself. You want to live well and sort of protect your heart and your being and your spirit. Never go 100% in. You can go 99. You can go 98. You can go 99.5. But never, ever, ever be like, I'm all in and here it is. You know it all. Because what does that do? The person may be like, I'm all in too. It's not.
Yeah.
Somebody's, I don't know if you heard this, and I just started laughing when I heard this. They're like, your girl is single to somebody. Mm. And I was like, what do they mean by that? Somebody is going to ask them, are they married or do they have a dude? And at some point, there's somebody out there that they're going to say, nah, I'm single too, for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. If you keep that in your brain, that she has the capacity of saying, no, I'm single, without you ever knowing, that's the 99% in.
It sound like, oh, I'm 100% in of my 50%.
Yeah.
Or my 75%.
And people are, you should, if you can't be all in, you can't be. I'm telling her she's not all in either.
Yeah.
She may be 99% because we all hold back a little.
Yeah.
So stop thinking that person's all in, so I'm going to give it all to them. Everybody holds back a little. And if you, I said earlier, if you love them more and you let them know you love them more than they love you, you're fucked.
It's a trip about that. And you saying going 100% in or 99 or whatever. They're never 100% in when they say, I don't know, or you get to a point where, the way this is and what's been going on, I don't know. If you have a I don't know or a question, then you're not 100% in. You can't be 100% tied to this.
Is she the one for you? I believe so.
I believe, yeah.
I'm going to tell you, man. I told you this before. My brother said this real shit to me, and I was just like, oh, you done. I remember I told you this when I was like, how you know when you was ready to get married? He's like, when I thought to myself, if she cheated on me, I probably wouldn't leave. Mm-hmm. He's like, because I thought about how hurt I would be if my woman cheated on me. And then I thought about, would that be more hurtful if she wasn't here? Mm. And I was like, damn, that's deep. He's like, when I thought about that, he's like, that's when I knew I was ready to get married. I was like, all right. And things like that may change over time.
Yeah, of course.
But in that moment, he was like, He didn't say he wouldn't leave, but it made him question if he would. If you don't care about that person, you'd be like, I'm fucking out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. If you say that, you're like, if she stepped out on me, would I leave? The fact that you question that.
It's a great question to ask yourself.
Yeah.
And it's not challenging your own personal ethics and whatever. It's just that how important that person is to you.
Right. If it's easy for you to leave in that moment, then you're not in that deep.
Yeah.
If it's hard to leave, if it's harder to leave than it is to stay, And if there's a battle between staying and leaving, then you know that's a good thing for those of you who are questioning it.
Yeah. Right.
That's a good thing.
Right.
That turmoil is what it should be. If there's no turmoil at the end of that question,
It's kind of like when it reminds me when people ask like, "Well, you said you'd never marry again. What was the deal?" I said, "Because she loves me for my stink, not just because of my sweetness."
yeah, no man seeks marriage.
No.
We marry when that woman shows up. Yeah. We decide to say, you know what?
This is it.
Oh shit, I should marry this woman.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm a single and I'm looking to go get married. I'm looking to meet the woman to marry.
That's exactly the way it shows up.
Yeah. Every dude I've talked to, I'm not married, but every dude I've talked to is like, dude, I knew I was ready to get married because I was with the woman I was going to marry. Yeah. I didn't know that before meeting her, that I was ready for marriage. And then I met her, we started dating. I was like, oh shit, I think I'm ready to get married.
Oh, this is it.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't let this one go.
Yeah.
That's exactly what goes on in our head. Like, yeah, no, I can't let this go.
And when I explained it differently for women, like, oh, I'm ready to get married, it's time to find a husband. Different. It's not like, oh, I can't let this one go. It's, he checks most of the boxes. Let me, that one,
I like him a whole lot.
I like him enough. But it's wild, right?
Right.
And so you hear people say, are you ready for marriage? You think you'll marry her? I believe so. That's not a good look. No. And when we talked about that question of if she cheats or he, would you stay? If you're quick to be like, nah, fuck that, I'm out. That's a problem. Mm-hmm. The other end of that spectrum is also a problem. No matter what she does, I'm staying.
Right.
Neither one of them are a struggle. Both are bad.
Yeah.
The conflict with the moral versus the love is what.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're like, fuck it, I'm out, then then that love's not deep. If you're like, no matter what, I'm here, means you love her more than she loves you. Still a problem.
Yeah.
Or you can flip it as a woman to a man. Either way. But if there's not a struggle with the answer to that fucking question, then are you really in it?
Yeah.
Now, granted, you may stay or you may not stay, but neither one of those decisions should be easy.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. I agree. That's yeah.
Now, on another scale, if she socked me in my eye, I'm out.
We can't do that.
No.
Because I'm going to lay hands, and I'm not laying hands on the woman.
I'm out.
You can't not put me in a position.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Physical, I'm out. Abuse of any kind, I'm out.
Yeah.
We might take a little mental abuse from you, a little verbal hazing. You put your hands on me, I'm out.
Yeah.
Because I can't just accept that you get enraged and you're crazy. No. I'm out. And ladies, same thing with dudes. He can't put hands on you and then be like, I'm sorry.
It's not Sour Patch Kids.
No.
At all.
Stop. Now, here's the question. Do you really, and we've gone all over the place with this, but that's why
that's why it's called a podcast.
Yeah. Are you really, do you think you love somebody simply because you keep excusing their bad behavior? He doesn't treat you well, or she doesn't treat you well, but that's just how she is. So, or she didn't mean it, or she's having a bad day, or every time something rough happens, well, he didn't mean it, or he yelled at me, but he had a rough day at work. If you're constantly making excuses for bad behavior, that goes back to, I'm chasing his love, or I'm chasing her love that she's not giving back, or that he's not giving back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're constantly making excuses, but you ain't going nowhere.
You're not going anywhere, but at the same time, you're not doing anything with that person to alter that behavior. Saying you're not giving, you're just sitting in it. It's like sitting in cold water hoping that it get warm eventually.
Doesn't work that way.
No, you can't put hot water in there.
Your body temperature will heat it up some, but what happens to you? Your body temperature ends up matching the water. The water doesn't match yours.
Right. Yeah.
The heat goes that way. It doesn't come back.
Ooh.
That's why we get along. Yeah, I like that. That shit there was kind of good.
Yeah, man. And you see it, but you see that a lot as well. You're fostering. Yeah, at some point, you are at fault because you are fostering that behavior. You're allowing it. It's continuous, and if it's bad behavior, like what we're talking about.
Do you think it's possible ever to satiate the insatiable? At what point do you say, no matter what I do, it's never going to be enough? And once you realize that, do you sit with it and be like, well, this is it? Or do you say, you know what, find somebody that likes me?
Yeah.
It's a hard one because you always like think the more I do, ladies, gentlemen, the more you do isn't going to make somebody love you more if they don't love you.
Right.
No, you can't do more to change the way they feel.
Right.
They have to do more to change the way they feel.
Right. Because at the end of that, they're going to create more for you to do to show the contingency of that love that you're supposed to get.
They're going to keep testing that love to see how far it goes.
Right.
Oh, I did this and he still loves me. Let me dip a little further. Let me edge a little further. I'm going to draw that line in the sand, see if he'll cross that line. Oh, he crossed that one too. Cool. Let me see if, and same thing with dudes. How much shit can I do to her and her still love me? How poorly can I treat her and she still love me?
And if you do that, especially as a man, that's shitty.
Oh, for sure.
And some people live in that space of chasing that. It's like pushing the button. Let's push the envelope a little bit more. Let's push just a little bit more. And nobody's winning.
But you know when you see that a lot too? In relationships where the dude has the extreme financial upper hand. I will accept more from you because I want this lifestyle. And so I'm willing, and I tell myself I love you when in fact I love the lifestyle that you provide. You know, I love the way you make me feel. You hear that shit all the time. Well, how do I make you feel? Does that mean that you love me or you love the way I make you feel?
Right. Because
it's a big ass dopamine hit.
Yeah.
So you love the way all your followers make you feel because they click all them fucking likes.
Because the lifestyle is the likes. That love is contingent. And it's like, I'm enjoying the likes that you bring to me, bring for me.
Love ain't always pretty. Love is some ugly shit at times.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the nature of it.
Yeah.
You know, and so if you only love the way I make you feel, oh, I love the way you look at me. I love the way that you talk to me. Fuck that noise. Do you love me?
Yeah.
You don't have to like everything about me.
No.
But do you love me? Because there's some shit about you I ain't gonna like.
Yeah. Love is kind of like a form of suffering. You know?
That shit is hard. Actually, it's not.
And
is hard.
Yeah. And I won't say suffering in the sense of like you just driving a dagger in my heart every day, but you know.
It's like, shit, get that knife out my back.
But there is suffering takes you through different phases and elements and shit.
Shit's a roller coaster.
It is.
But you ride that roller coaster, and ladies, y'all do put us through a fucking roller coaster because we're riding the same shit you riding, Space Mountain all day. But you ride that roller coaster and you strap in because love is that safety belt.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if
It's
I
not
just
the ride, it's
if
the
I
safety
just
belt.
if I just like you,
Yeah.
when that roller coaster gets too scary, I'm be like, I'm off at the next stop. You know, I'm like, I see that hill is about to climb, and I know there's a drop on the other end. Yeah, I'm
Because
good.
think about it, even that hill that you're climbing, that's suffering. Because you know what's going to come at the drop.
Yeah, that you know. But if I just like you, and I just want you to like me back, I'm not going. Why am I going to suffer?
Yeah.
Why am I going to take that climb with you? I'm going to wait, let you climb that for yourself. And then when you good, I'm going to catch you on the downside.
Yeah.
So if I disappear when shit's bad and I come back when it's good, and I disappear when shit's bad and I come back when it's good, that means I'm not in love with you. Or I get funky when shit's bad. It's that whole 50-50. You know, when I only got 20, I hope you got 80. When I got 80, your 20 is good enough.
Right.
You know, because that's where it's going to be. When you like somebody, that shit, there is none of that shit.
Yeah.
You better like me back or I'm not fucking with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think also with love, you have to, and with a partner, it's a constant study. You have to learn how to love that person the way they need to be loved. It's an educational process. It's like you could be doing all these other things, and they're like, yeah, but I need you to hold me. Yeah, I need you to. Some might be the opposite way. You're always touchy-feely, everything that you think that they want. They're like, oh, I love it when you cook or clean the dishes or clean the house. I mean, it changes. Everybody's different.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you think love is blind?
No.
I agree. I think love
No.
can blind you at times.
It can be blinding.
It can blind you at times to what you don't want to see. Mm-hmm. When in actuality, love should bring you clarity to what you need to see in yourself. So
Beautifully said.
when I see love is blind,
Beautifully said.
when I hear people say love is blind, I'm like, it's not. Love should bring you clarity, so the shit that you need to see in other people, you'll be able to recognize it more because you may have seen it in yourself and you've been able to recognize it. I've recognized my own shit, so when I see that shit in myself that I don't like, I can see that in other people.
And it starts with, because guess what? You got to love yourself first.
And like I said, love brings clarity.
Yeah.
You know, and how can something bring clarity if it makes you blind?
Yeah.
It can't.
Yeah. And the more I continue to love myself, loving you be a whole lot easier.
So I think instead of saying love is blind, I think lust is blind.
Yeah.
Lust makes you do dumb shit. You know?
Yeah.
Love makes you see dumb shit. Mm-hmm. Lust makes you do dumb shit. Love makes you see dumb shit. Mm-hmm. I think most of us confuse that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good topic, dude. Coach came up with this shit. I was like, where are we going with this?
He was like, okay. But we're here for it.
Yeah. You guys communicate, talk to each other. We say this every podcast. Talk to your friends, talk to your people around you. This is what the world needs. We need to be able to openly converse about the shit we don't want to talk about.
Right.
Say the quiet parts out loud.
Right.
You don't have to say it publicly, but shit, start by saying it out loud to yourself and then say it to the people around you. Have these conversations. Debate. It doesn't have to be a war or a battle. People aren't always going to agree with you. Talk about it.
Start loving yourself a little more. Just a little bit more.
And if it's hard for you, ask yourself, why is it hard? What is it about you that makes it hard to love you? Because if you can't answer the question of why it's hard for me to love myself, don't get mad when somebody finds it hard to love you.
Just real talk.
Because if you are having a hard time loving you, how the fuck is somebody else going to love you easily?
Damn, son. Why you bringing him like that? Why you coming at him like that?
They need it. They need it. Sometimes they need it, dog.
Yeah, man. They all need it. We all need it. I need it. You need it. We all need it.
Absolutely.
We having these conversations because we continue to do these things for ourselves.
And y'all just get the benefit of listening to us have these conversations because we talk about it all the time.
And we over 50. And we still trying to
figure this shit out.
Just figure shit out, man. As long
You
as
never-
I got breath in these
Yeah,
lungs.
you never finish. You never come to the end of figuring out life.
No.
You just
Never.
no. That shit never ending. You know. If somebody asked me at the end of my life what I wish I had, one more day to figure one more thing out.
That's real talk, though.
Hell yeah.
Right,
What do you
man?
wish you did? I wish I had one more day to figure out one more thing. You know, because that shit's it's never ending.
Right.
When you think you got it all, you know it all. I'm like these love experts, these relationship experts, these love experts. The fuck do y'all know? I bet y'all's life is a mess. You know, people are like, you've never been married. What do you know? I don't know shit.
Yeah.
I know me, and I only know a part of me. I don't even haven't learned all of me yet.
That's like when I told you, it's like you start diving into your algorithms on your phone, be like, you find somebody you like a whole bunch of that shit on their page. So you start getting the feed of stuff like that. Because the other stuff, especially when they men and women going back and forth. He is this and she is that. Come on, man.
And especially if you aren't capable of filtering that shit out of here.
Yeah.
Me, I got a bunch of shit on my algorithms because it's entertainment.
Yes.
You
It's
know?
hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It's been a lot of our topics.
Yeah, it's hilarious, but we can filter it out because why? Because we grown ass men.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
For real.
All the shit they talking about, we've been there, done it, seen it. You know.
Yeah.
So
man.
it's funny to us, and so we bring it to y'all. Anyway, Coach, where they gonna find you, man?
They gonna find me at Coach KJ Knows on Instagram and CoachKJ.com. Where they going?
They're gonna find me at Leonel Hunt on IG. Y'all will find me as well at the Hunt at huntspine.com, thehuntfoundation.org.
Thank you.
Keep an eye out. Big launch coming December 1st.
Oh.
On the Hunt Foundation. Ooh. I put it out there. So y'all, you know who I'm talking to? We got to stick to that date now.
It just became real.
The season of giving, I'm putting a plug. Go to thehuntfoundation.org. Donate. We are doing big things around the world, and let's help make this world a better place for everybody. SOE_podcast. Everything Coach and Doc at podcastsoe.com. Every Saturday, 11 o'clock. Pacific time. Specifically Pacific. We do the IG live with warm-up show, and we talk about all kinds of things. Basically, relationships between men and women.
Yeah.
That's what that really ends up being. And every Wednesday, 6 a.m., new YouTube, Spotify podcast drops.
That's it.
And with that, y'all, we out.
We out.